Hey guys, it's BD, the channel is Miss BD, and I'm back today with another video. This video was requested by a few people like last year, so I'm sorry that it took this long, but it's here. The video is here, and it's just gonna be tips on how to survive your pre-reg year. Now, as optometrists, we have to do a pre-reg year, so do pharmacists, and I want this video to be inclusive because we all go through the struggle. So I'm gonna be giving you some general tips first of all that could apply to both of us, and then I'm gonna be doing optometry specific tips and resources, and the same for pharmacy. So look in the description box because I'm going to put timestamps. So if you just want to kind of skip through, then you can do that as well. Okay? Your pre-reg year is the year you need to complete after uni before you can be qualified. So whether that's a qualified optometrist or a qualified pharmacist, you need to get through this pre-reg bit before you can be whatever you want it to be. And I'm not going to lie, for me it was long, it was just a long year. Like, I didn't really like it, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think they make it for you to like it. It's a means to an end. It's like you've gone through your 3 or 4 years of uni, and it's just like, it's the final hurdle. It's the final hurdle. Like, just get through this 1 year and you'll be fine, okay? So we're just gonna go through some general tips, some ways to kind of get through it, and then we'll go into specifics. All right, so the point of your pre-reg year is just so you can work in practice under supervision. You have to complete certain competencies, and then bam, you're qualified. This is basically the same for optometry and pharmacy, just obviously the competencies are different. And competencies, literally the definition, what's the definition of competency? Let us find out. To be competent is to have the ability to do something successfully or efficiently. And like, I'm guessing we all want to be successful and efficient in our careers. So yeah, that's what the competencies are for. Now, the difference between university and your pre-reg year, the main thing is that you're working full time and you're still expected to study and like do exams and stuff. So it's long, it's a lot. An important point is time management, right? So now you have to work full time and you have to study as well. So you just need to make sure you manage your time correctly. If you commute as well, you've got to factor that in. So for me getting to where I did my pre-reg was an hour drive from my house. So that's 2 hours commute in the day. You're working like 8 hours a day, and you have to sleep, you have to eat, like social life. I mean, mine died, but you might want to keep one. So yeah, time management. You just want to make sure that you are managing your time well. Now, to do this, lists are a good idea. I love a good list, and I always put stuff on the list that I know I have to do, because then I feel more accomplished. So I'll be like, okay, wake up, brush your teeth, have a shower, have breakfast, revise. But yeah, that helped me because it made me look at the list and see tick, 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 and I felt like, right, cool, you're halfway there, like do the rest. Maybe it's just me, cool. So yeah, lists help. Giving yourself a time limit to do things. So yes, you can have a list, but then say to yourself, okay, I need to revise this, this, and this before Friday. And then you know that you have to have it done. Another thing which I think is very important, imperative, is having someone to vent to. For me, pre-reg was very stressful, okay? And I had friends that I would literally send like 3-minute voice note. Now this is before, like, you didn't have to hold your thumb down on WhatsApp. So I would send like 2 to 3 minute voice notes of just how like long it was, how upset I was. And that was a good way to kind of get everything out. It was a good way to get everything out, right? So like, you could leave your frustrations in the voice note, woosah, and then like begin whatever task you had to do. So have someone to vent to, have an outlet. And slightly, that's when I created my YouTube channel during my pre-reg year, because I just needed a way to like just not, do you know what I mean? I just needed a creative way to just, yeah. So having a way to kind of get it all out. So even if that's going to the gym, if that's drawing, if it's listening to music, find an outlet, find a way to kind of like vent, get the frustrations of the day out, and that way you can continue with what it is you need to do. Okay, another point is just to make sure you ask questions, okay? So during your pre-reg year, you are under supervision. This means that someone is kind of responsible for the stuff that you do, for the work that you do. This means you literally have a point of contact. You have someone to go to ask questions. And one thing I realized is that even though they say there's no such thing as a stupid question, they kind of are, and I ask loads of them. So it's like a, just, you need to do what you need to do. Like, remember, and this is the biggest thing I learned during pre-reg, nobody cares more about you qualifying than you. Your supervisor qualified, do you know what I mean? The other people that work in the store or in the pharmacy, they're living their life, they're doing their thing. It matters most to you, yeah? to you. So you have to do whatever it takes to make sure that you are successful in your pre-reg year. I ask questions all the time, and like, so I worked in an opticians. I didn't just ask my supervisors, I would ask other optoms, like whoever was around that I thought would know, I would ask. Or on my lunch break, I would go on Google, or I would look at the little, my supervisor had like loads of books like clinical, Kansky, all that stuff. So I would just look in the books and just stuff like that. So you have to acquire the information you need. Ask questions. This is the time for everyone, like, it's better they think you're stupid than you pretend to know and then you don't know. Because I would ask such dumb questions, but then it's like in my pre-reg, so it's okay, I'm learning, I'm a student. Do you know what I mean? I'm supposed to ask questions, I'm supposed to make mistakes. And this links me onto another point. Do not be scared to take difficult patients. At first, I was kind of like shying away from like older people, like really old people. I remember one time I saw someone that was like 98 and I was like, oh yeah. So I used to be really scared of that. Do all the hard stuff in your pre-reg year because it's not on you. As mean as it sounds, it's not on you. You are under supervision. So it's kind of like you're doing it, but you know your back is covered. You've got someone to like go over stuff with you. So do not shy away from hard patients. Do not shy away from difficult prescriptions or whatever it is that your equivalent would be. I'm sorry, pharmacy guys, I'm coming with resources in a minute. I promise, I'm sorry. Okay, another point is revise as you go along. Now this is easier said than done. I didn't do this, right? And I know that you should do it because I didn't do it. I would come home from work and I would go on YouTube and watch YouTube, or I would watch reality TV. And yeah, it was great because it was a way to kind of like release the day. But then at the end I was like, oh my goodness, I have so much to do. So you just want to make sure you revise as you go along. The thing with competencies is that it's literally like it's laid out for you what you need to know. So each of those points can be a topic. So you need to revise as you go along. Flashcards are a good idea. I used to love flashcards, or doing like mind maps or like color coding things. I just like my notes to look pretty. Also when it comes to patient interaction kind of stuff, you just go to people that you know, your family, your friends, and you just ask them to explain things. Ask them to ask questions and you have to explain them to them. Yes, that's a good one. Speaking things out. Speaking out what it is that you know. Yeah, because I feel like when you can explain something, you really understand it. So even if you just speak it to the walls or whatever, just so that you know that you understand what it is you need to know. So that's a good tip. So if there's something that you hear in practice that you don't recognize or you don't understand, it's a good thing to write it down, pound, when you're on lunch. And so you don't have to wait till you get home. When you're on lunch, Google the thing, see what it is, and then that's just knowledge you've acquired. So it's just bite-sized chunks. So just, yeah, research what you don't know, revise as you go along. It's going to be beneficial, I promise. Okay, another point, I think this is going to be the last one for the general tips before we go into resources and specifics. Prioritize. There's a lot of content in all of the, like in both of our courses, so you need to make sure you prioritize. It's like you got to be strategic with these things because there's no way you can know everything. You have to just prioritize and life will be good. Okay. All right, Optoms. So resources where you can find information and things like that. There's a couple of places. There's a YouTube channel called I See What You Did There. I'm going to link it here. Or the link will be in the description box. I'll probably put a screenshot up here. But yeah, so I see what you did there. I don't think he makes videos anymore. I think his last video was years ago. But he has videos on red eye, sudden loss of vision, gradual vision, that kind of stuff. Things that you kind of like mind map and need to just know. So that say you have the OSCE and they say, okay, cool, Martha presents with a red eye. What's her issue? In your mind, you'd be like, okay, bam, scleritis, episcleritis, conjunctivitis, acute oncological glaucoma. Do you get what I mean? It'd be like pow, 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 pow in your mind. Because yeah, those videos are quite good. I really like those. And they're long as well. I kind of like the long ones. They're like 41 minutes, 28 minutes, 39 minutes. But yeah, they're quite good. There's only 5 videos on there, but yeah, that's a very useful channel. Going on Optometry Today is a great outlet. They have loads of resources and stuff. Even the college website. So the college website, College of Optometrists, I think it's the college website, has like scenarios, and I used to go over this with my supervisor during our lunch break, and it will have like a situation and then it would give you options. Okay, what should you do? And that was just really nice because I think we tend to forget about the management aspect of things when it's like you need to know how to manage these things. So okay, brilliant, wonderful, great, well done, you discovered this person has angle closure glaucoma, but now what do you do? Do Do you see what I mean? So like the management stuff is really important. So yeah, that's on the College of Optometrists website. If I find the link, I will leave that down below as well. The books help, so you can't ski, that's quite useful. Johnson & Johnson, listen, Johnson & Johnson they are lit, like they will help you out. So they have pre-reg courses as well, like OSCE courses. Johnson & Johnson have like pre-reg OSCE courses, which they run. I went to 2 of them, and I'm telling you, when the first one I went to, I was like, wow, yeah, I would have failed, because I failed like nearly every station, which is why I say failure is good sometimes. But anyway, I failed nearly every station. And it's little things like remembering to turn off the light, remembering to focus your slit lamp, things like that that you can easily pick up points on during your OSCE. So yeah, Johnson & Johnson are great. And they had loads of like events and stuff during the year, not loads, maybe a couple during the year. So they have a, what is it called? What's that thing called that we signed up for? I'll find out, I'll put it in the description box, check it out. Okay, another great source of information is an account on Instagram called Out of the Box Optics. Okay, I'm gonna link that below. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll probably like at them as well when I post this up. So yeah, Out of the Box Optics, they're really, really good. They're the ones that I did the fitness event with. I don't know if you guys have seen that video, I'll link it above. But they also do like pre-reg classes, master classes, that kind of thing. I don't know if they have any openings at the moment, but if you guys are in your pre-reg watching this, by the time it gets to your OSCEs, I'm sure they'll have some more. But I'll leave information in the description box below. So yeah, those are some great outlets. And then of course your uni notes. Do not neglect your uni notes. I'm telling you, they will save your life. And just make sure you're writing them up, going through them. So yeah, those are some resources for you Optom guys. I have a couple of videos on here as well that just kind of go over basic stuff, but they're more for like people who don't know anything about eyes. So I mean, if you're looking of ways to kind of like explain things in layman's terms, then they might be helpful. Also, the College of Optometrists also have, you know when you're in practice, they have those leaflets that say like glaucoma, cataracts, AMD, those kind of things. I took loads of them home and I literally would read them, because that is the college's way of explaining to normal human beings, not that we're not normal, but normal human beings, what all these conditions mean. And that's what you would be required to do in your OSCE, or when you see patients every day. You're not going to explain things all like complicated and using jargon and whatnot. You're going to explain it simply, and so that's just a way. Just remember it and go forth, live your life. Do you know what I mean? What else is there for us Optoms? Yeah man, I think that's about it for you guys. Yeah, let's move on to the pharmacists. Alright, so pharmacists, I got you too. Obviously I'm not a pharmacist, but I didn't want to leave you guys out because I feel like we're all in the same boat, just trying not to drown out here in this pre-reg year. So I spoke to some pharmacist friends that I have, and they gave me loads of information for you guys. So we're just gonna get into it. A couple of tips that I was given is that you need to kind of do your notes for the BNF as you go along. The BNF is like you guys' Bible, yeah? So if you don't have one of those, well, I'm sure you have one by now, but BNF, yeah, do your notes as you go along, because there's a lot to learn, and it's not the kind of thing that you can cram. And as well as the BNF, there's also a BNF app. So if you've got that, I mean, like it's 2018, like if you've got the app, then babes, just get it on your phone, do your thing. And then there's another book called the Pre-Reg Manual. That's supposed to be really, really good. It summarizes things into little topics that are vital for the exam. So you want to make sure you get that. I'm going to leave a link. If I can find it, I'll leave a link in the description box so you guys can just click and get it. There's also a website called Resource Farm. So that's PHARM, not like moo, cows and sheep. Yeah, that's supposed to be really good too. And then the last form of like resources and revision stuff that I can give you is right here on YouTube. So loads of people on YouTube. I've actually seen quite a few people on YouTube with like pharmacy videos. But one that my friend mentioned was Serena Speaks, right? And her videos are litty. So I feel like if you're not subscribed to her, then you should, because I'm sure her pre-reg video will be a lot more in depth. And she has loads of like revision videos as well, so just for like different mechanisms, body systems, that kind of thing. So yeah man, you should check those out. But yeah guys, I hope this has been helpful. The main thing to remember is that this pre-reg year is temporary. It doesn't last forever, it literally can't, because there's like a time limit on them. So yeah, it is temporary, you will get through it. I'm telling you, like I look back at my pre-reg now like, wow, no. So yeah, like you will get through it, if you guys have any more questions, want to see anything else in particular, leave a comment down below. If this video helped you to get help, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.